My friend Seymour Bernstein, who grew up in this country, who's also a concert pianist, he was touring concert tour, Asian tour, sent by State Department, cultural exchange. And when he stopped in Korea to give a concert, he needed a piano tuner to tune the piano, you know, the high school piano, which is beaten up old Steinway. And only piano tuner available is me in that town. And I tuned the piano, and after I tuned piano, I always play something, you know, try out the, you know. And then he's standing behind me, frozen, standing up there. It was so beautiful, he said. And that's how I met him. Next thing I know, I recorded all my playing the piano, and he bring my tape recorder to the New York Manners College, where he graduated. So that's how I got the tuition scholarship from Manners College. This goes in. That goes in here. Oh yeah, sound goes in here, right? Stop giving concerts, yes? This is a particular recording that I'm holding here, which is Mr. Horowitz and his recording. And what I did was a particular piece on this recording has last piece is a Liszt Hungarian Rhapsody number 19, underline says transcribed by Horowitz. What this means that he took original Hungarian Rhapsody number 19 by Franz Liszt, he rearranged, which we call it transcription, transcribe. And then he played and he recorded this particular transcription, his own ideas and his own techniques and his own arrangement. That's what we call it, transcription. That he made transcriptions such as this, 10 of them, 10 different pieces. And so that 25 years ago that I found, when I came to this country, that I found out that he did not written down all the transcriptions that he recorded this manner. So what I did was listening this recording many thousand times, so that I was able to write it down, what I heard from these recordings. Here, right, this is a very impressive, I'm going to give you a little bit of demonstration on this one, because this is a very impressive piece. How it go like this. They go. It's a massive. So this is a Rakukji march, which I'm working on it. You know, I'm practicing every day. Boy, is it difficult.
You just took any piece that was at all popular or desirable, like today with recordings, and made transcriptions of it. And as I say, this can be either fairly anonymous or by fairly major people. And probably the most famous ones are by Liszt, by Franz Liszt, who is pretty much considered the greatest virtuoso of the 19th century. Liszt and these other pianists would perform things that were semi-improvised. Sometimes maybe they would be asked later, you know, that went very well tonight. maybe you should think about publishing your variations on Rigoletto or whatever. And maybe they would sit down, and it would probably be quite different from what they had done, but they wrote them down. And in the case of Liszt, you know, publishers were just screaming in the public for him to do these things, that there were just many requests to write them down.
The Liszt original go like this. Things like that. Horowitz does. You know, it's a different arrangement. It's the same piece, you know.
It's quicker.
Quicker and more pianistic. Mr. Horowitz himself said, it is humanly impossible that anyone can do this. To write down what I played on the record, on the music, is humanly impossible. I have an article there. I have an article right here. And the funny thing is, I corrected his mistakes and write down the right notes. So I was able to do this because I was piano tuner. So that all the A key is very familiar to me, because it registered my ear. And then, of course, I'm a pianist. And then I was crazy about this kind of thing. You see the transcription. So there's three different characters combined. And one other thing, I don't say you have to be Korean, but you have to be stubborn like a Korean. I mean, you really have to be digging to the. There's some notes like this Hungary Rasa, you know. There's a passage called like this. That chord, you see, it's a very interesting chord. But you don't get that. You no matter how you do it, you don't get that exactly the same chord. And things like that, you know, because he plays very fast, and record goes the same speed, have to be same speed to get the right pitch. And sometimes the phonographer is not good, and not right frequency, things like that. You get you such a trouble to get the right note. This is equivalent of Van Gogh original iris paintings. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, in the pianistic world, this is a major thing. I mean, everybody knows Horowitz. This is what the Horowitz became famous for, because doing his arrangement, you know, playing arrangement. His piano transcription is definitely, as far as I'm concerned, definitely better than original.
I would wonder in part why he made some of the things he did, and also why he took what Liszt had done, you know, a Liszt arrangement, transcription, let's say, of the Mendelssohn Wedding March, which everybody knows, that Liszt transcribed for piano, and then Horowitz changed it a little bit to his own means, or Mussorgsky's Pictures of an Exhibition, which is best known in the orchestral version orchestrated by Ravel. Other people orchestrated as well, or maybe to younger people in an Emerson, Lake and Palmer version. But it was originally written for piano, and Horowitz made his own. And in all these cases, it does seem to be for the reason of really making the pieces his own to a certain extent, of the way that he wanted, the way he wished they were written if he had written them, to suit his abilities the best.
Love this country enough, Maestro, to respond to a request for you to play something that you haven't played in many, many years in public.
Yeah, but I don't know it. Yeah, but I don't know it.
You know what I'm going to ask you?
Yes, I know, because they ask me all the time.
Stars and Stripes Forever. You played that back in 1945.
45.
Are you enough of a patriot?
No, I forgot that. I didn't play
come
for...
on, you
I
haven't
didn't play
forgotten
20... I tell you, I don't know it. But I have to remember. It's so difficult.
I'm sure that it's difficult. How long, Maestro, has it been? 20 years?
30.
The piece itself is a very simple piece, you know, the military march. But played the way he did, I mean, the way he used to do when he was younger, it requires a lot of practicing, a lot of memorization. And then that thing is not easy. That's why that piece is so famous, because it's not easy to play. And if he didn't play that for 20 years, my God, I don't even, you know, honest, if I don't play a certain piece 3 months, I don't even know the first note. I would like to show you this music that I wrote by listening this recording. Here we go. The first note, which you can see, very familiar one, right here. The first one right here. The fantastic pieces, you know, right here. Look at this. They're all two hands pieces, but sound like not two hands. This is one of his favorite transcription, and of course none of them he never wrote it down. Fantastic arrangement. I love this piece. I played so many times on the stage. Danse Macabre by Camille Saint-Saëns. Boy, it took me many hours to figure out how he did this. It was a very tricky one. This piece for pianist, really, you know. Right here, you see right here. Here goes chromatic, and then comes this chord. This. And I only heard it once, and I decided to do the whole thing, and this is the way it came out. I mean, you know, it's simple. You know, everyone knows the national anthem. Mr. Horowitz actually composed this piece, but he never wrote it down. Words, Capriccio, Horowitz, Liszt, Schubert, you know? Okay? Now listen to this. This is the first note. Right here. This makes 11 pieces and 740 pages of all entire Horowitz transcription. I would like to publish this so that all the young pianists, I love to see somebody else to play this piece besides myself. I really do. Because I want to hear somebody plays better than Horowitz. You know what I mean? I know there's a young pianist who has a marvelous technique. All they need is this. They can play in 1 year.